So Power Hour, we do a lot of different trainings on this call. We go from how to do the system to back office, to how to input orders, to how to build on the binary. And we jump around to a lot of different topics. So in the grand scheme of things, after Power Hour for about 8 weeks, you'll know it all, which is awesome. I will say that we've been doing a lot of work with Christian, who helps us be more of an influencer. And I was just on Julianna's call a few minutes ago, and they're reading a great book. We could put this in. I'm getting the book as well, because I think the common theme is that we're all looking to go from hero to guide. What does that mean? A hero is someone that is all about themselves. Let me tell you about me. Let me tell you what's going on with me. And you talk at people. A guide is more, tell me about you. What's going on with you? How are you? How is your health? How is your life? How is your family? How is your business, right? Asking questions about them so you could be what? Of service. And what I think is so amazing is just coming on the Julianna call, they're reading a book called, could you write this, Kathy, in chat? Influence is your superpower. We've got to go get that book, okay? Influence is your superpower. And I don't have the author. If somebody on Julianna's call is on this call, if you guys could write the author in chat for us, I'd be in gratitude. The other book that my chiropractor friend showed me that I'm going to buy is, what I really need is a new iPhone. Does anybody have an iPhone that has no memory left, that you can't see anything in? That would be me. And so that means that when your iPhone gets so full that you can't see anything, it means that you're building a big business. How's that? Because I never get rid of one text, which is, I think, pretty darn funny. So let's see if I can find that other book. Okay, it's coming. It's going to just take a minute to come. So because I am having a little bit of issue. So once I find that other book, I will let you know. It's funny that I'm having a hard time with that. But anyway, we'll get this one going, and then perhaps the other book will come, and I'll be able to get that one for you as well. So I'm just looking really quick because that book was so good and I don't understand why it's not there. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here it is. I found it. Whatever arises, love that. Matt Kahn. That's the other book I'm buying, because I really think that to be of influence means that we listen and that we are of love and we are of service. So that is how to actually become an influencer. And so I like that. I like that a lot. So once again, mindset, be of love on that, and be the guide. It's about your person, not about you. And one of the examples Christian gave on that last week, because we've been taking notes, is he gave the example of, instead of saying, so I think we do a pretty good job when we ask our questions. Remember, our system is 3-3-3, ask, share, give. We patch 3 a day. Write this down if you're new. We patch 3 a day. We follow up with 3 a day, and we invite 3 to Zoom. When we patch 3 a day, we ask a question. We share a quick testimonial about ourselves. We share a link, startx39now.com. And if they like what we see, we have 2 paths. We have a path of giving a gift, a free 5-day supply, or we have the path of showing how to get it wholesale, which is the $2.99 kit with the 30-day money-back guarantee. And that's Bob Campbell's script, which is also on our business site, which I'll show you. when we asked the question, we asked 3 questions. We asked, and this is very much a guide, what's going on with you? What are you doing these days for fun? What are you doing these days for work? How's your health? Then we say, I finally found something that helps me with. And we solve their 2 desires. If they're not liking their job and they have lower back pain, then we're going to say, I finally found something that's building a big business and it can help that lower back of yours. And this is where it would be different. Normally we say, what do you know about stem cells? But according to the books of influence, that might be a little aggressive, a little too quizzy. Instead, maybe it's, have you heard of stem cells? Or as Bob Campbell says, have you heard of the latest technology? Have you heard about the latest technology in stem cells? And here, this is really great. You go to startx39biz.com. I don't know if you guys have seen the new site, but it's right here. And in the new site, this is our business site, we have 14 steps to success. And this is the 14 steps to success, what we always have, the engine of what we do to build our business, right? So if you go to 333, ask, share, give, understand the system, right? We know that we patch 3 a day. To patch 3 a day, it all starts with creating a list. 10 people you like. Everyone should get a book for $5 and their phone and make their first list of 10 people they like, right? That's what we do. And then this is where we do the ask, share, give, right? So I love this. What's going on with you? Is that a guide or a hero? I'll quiz you guys, guide or a hero? That question is a guide question. We're of service. I finally found something that helps me with whatever their issues are. Is that second question a guide or a hero question? It's a guide question. Third question, what do you know about stem cells? That's probably more of a hero question. That's a quiz. What do you know about stem cells? People are like, what? So maybe you would want to do, have you heard of stem cells? And I'm going to change this a bit based on being a guide, this question. Now, you can also go down to Bob Campbell's script, right? I love his script, which is right here, his detailed script, right? Let's see if his questions are guide or hero questions. Once again, heroes is all about me. I got to be the hero. Guide is, I'm listening to you with love. I'm hearing you. I'm of service. I understand you. So ready? Hi, well, what's going on with you? How are you, Kathy? What are you doing these days for fun? It's been 5 years since we talked with COVID. Are you still in Seattle living with your sister? I am. My sister and I are having so much fun. We love each other. We hang out all the time. Have you been on any trips? No, we're just living on retirement money, Social Security. It's tight. It's tight. We do a little bit, but we don't do a lot right now. Oh, well, how's your health? I'm up and down, my brain, I lose thoughts sometimes. Really? Wow. Well, interesting. I too, after chemo, have had some stuff with my brain going on, but you know what? I finally found something that helps me with that. And it's creating some extra residual income. So I can travel. I'm going to Houston next month to visit my girlfriends. Oh, this is where it's interesting. I think instead of what do you know about stem cells, I think I might just jump to, have you heard about the latest technology in stem cells? So what do you know about stem cells? That might be a hero question. And I don't know, have you heard about the latest technology with stem cells? Bob and Amy and Annie DeCoker use latest technology because it's such a good word. have you heard of the latest technology in stem cells or with stem cells, right? So let me go back and ask those questions as a guide versus a hero. Hi, Kathy, what's going on with you? I finally found something that helps me with. Have you heard about stem cells? Or have you heard about the latest technology in stem cells? Then after that, I would go in, well, let me tell you what happened to me. 3 years ago, I was coming out of breast cancer, depressed, and my girlfriend knocked on the door and gave me 10. And she said, put them on. It will help you. It will turn into the stem cells you need to repair yourself again. And I said to her, they look like Band-Aids, but I put them on anyway because she told me to. And I love her, and I know that she would only find things that would help me. That's my relationship with her. So I put them on. And on day 10, man, I felt like living again. I couldn't believe it. I called her up and I said, I don't know what you gave me, but I got to go share this with people I love. I'm not even kidding you. That's what I did. So take a look at startx39now.com. If you like what you see, I'll show you a way. And this is where there's a fork in a road, right? This is Bob. I'll show you a way to get it wholesale. Or you can use, I'll send you a 5-day supply. That's the gift. The gift can be getting it wholesale. The gift can be a 5-day supply. If and when you decide to work in the office with me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays at 11 o'clock, no, you don't have to give a gift. You can say, I'll show you how to get it wholesale, just like Bob Campbell. The reason I have working in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays from 11 to 12 is that it's truly, I'm teaching you all how to do the work, how to do an exposing call, a follow-up call, and a closing call. I'm teaching you on the job. I do it anyway. So why not do it with me? We're doing it together. And honestly, that is the work of a network marketer. We work with our list and we do what I just trained you over and over and over again. That is the work, correct? That is the patching 3 a day. It's really, if you considered yourself in sales, the work we do 3 days a week is called building a pipeline. We're building a pipeline. I know that sounds kind of aggressive, but that's what we're really doing. But we're building a pipeline, being the guide, being of service, not being a hero. So if you come do that work with me, know that we're just each other's accountability, so we don't have to work alone. That's all this is. So once again, you can use the script as a guide versus using the script as a hero. So let's go further down on what Bob does. So if you like what you see, I'll show you how to get it wholesale. And he sends startx39now.com. I will try and answer all your questions after you look at startx39now.com. Do you want to talk tonight or tomorrow? Do you see how Bob schedules the next appointment to talk? That's a very important piece. Remember how I say everybody needs to go to Staples and get a list book for $5, a calendar book, and a notebook. Actually, this is my list book, this is my calendar book, and this is my notebook. And the reason you need a calendar book is to book the next appointment, because we're watering people with what? With love. 5 times, because on the 5th time we close at 80%. That's why that other book is really good too. The book that talks about love. Whatever arises, love that. So we're watering with love. And the way you do it is book the next appointment. So you could book the next appointment after. So I'll try to answer all your questions after you look at the info on startx39now.com. Do you want to talk tonight or tomorrow? What night's better? Tuesday at 10, great. If you offer the 5-day supply, it's the same thing, booking. I'm going to send you a 5-day supply. let's talk. It's Monday. It's going to come by Friday. Let's talk Friday at 10 so I can teach you how to wear it and how the technology works. It's the same thing. You must book the next conversation. Okay. And then would 6 or 8 o'clock be better for you? So then you can actually bring someone on the call to help you. It's called third-party validation. You can text somebody, you can text me, you can text Jan, you can text Kathy, you can text your upline, you can meet a few people to be validators so that someone else can share how the patches are working. It's validation. And or you bring them to the testimonial calls. That is a form of validation. Let's talk about third-party validation. We don't talk about that a lot. Third-party validation. Does everybody understand why we do third-party validation and why it's important on chat? Put your name and number down and say, I would love 2 friends to help with third-party validation. You should have 2 to 5 people in your phone that can help be validators for you. Okay? 2 to 5. Because relationship plus influence equals a perfect buying decision. Let me say that again. Relationship plus influence. Hold on. Relationship plus influence equals a perfect buying decision. What does that mean? That means that Kathy and I are friends. We have the relationship. And guess what? Because we're friends, she loves me, but she's never going to buy from me because we're friends. Isn't that funny? But I bring Jan Rand on the call to answer all her questions. That is the influence. Jan's the influence. You know why? Because Kathy doesn't know Jan. That's the only reason why. Isn't that funny? That's human nature, right? So I bring Jan on to answer all the questions. But guess what? Kathy would never buy from Jan. If Jan just called her without me, she wouldn't buy because Kathy doesn't love Jan. Kathy loves me. So third-party validation is relationship plus influence equals the perfect buying decision. That's why you guys have everybody to third-party validate. But guess what else can be third-party validators? Are you ready? Tools can be third-party validators. What do I mean by that? StartX39now.com is a tool. It's a validator. Our testimonials, the 3,000 that we have on Telegram at startx39biz.com under join Telegram are validation. All those testimonials. We even have preloaded testimonials there. Those are validation. Sending folks to the live calls are validation, right? So tools can be validation. People can be validation and tools can be validation. But remember, we need third-party validation. That is part of influence. Remember? Influence. So you ready for this? Influence means, let's talk about, this is kind of fun. Thank you. I don't know if Julianna is on here, but she got me thinking today. Influence. Influence is the superpower. Influence is being the guide, not the hero. Influence is listening. Influence is whatever arises, love it. That's influence. Influence is utilizing third-party validation as a person or a tool or both. Julianna is here. Where are you? Oh my goodness gracious. Why don't you tell us a little bit about influence? You just got me thinking today about influence. You have some things you want to share.
Well, don't you want to save it for Saturday?
I want to save it for Saturday, but give us 3 learnings of your book.
Okay. Well, one thing about influence is that you are listening more than you're speaking. And you have an aikido move when someone has an objection, rather than just saying, well, this is what I think, or, dismissing or making what they think wrong. You're saying, oh, can you lean in? Can you tell me more about that? Oh, I'm curious. And you really want to get inside their head, how they think and what their perspective is. And the minute you do that, you diffuse any animosity or any, any prickliness, but it can't be fake. I mean, you're really, truly, wanting to understand. And this doesn't have to be just with business. This can be in any part of your life. And
so Julianna, let's practice one of those.
I'd love that.
I'm going to be prickly with you. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
So you're calling me and I'm like, Julianna, I got that silver kit. Wait, no, that's not it. Hold on. I've had all these medical issues and I really don't think this light Band-Aid's going to do anything for how many issues I have after chemo. I mean, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. It sounds like you're dealing with a lot. How are you doing with all that right now? How do you feel?
I'm always tired. I'm always stressed, and I always think I'm dying.
Oh, Marci. Yeah, I hear that. Wow. Well, what have you found that is helping you?
Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm doing is an anti-estrogen, and it's pharmaceutical. And to be honest with you, I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Does it help you? Do you feel like you're making, any improvement with it?
It keeps me in remission, but I hate it. I'm losing my hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Would you be open to something that not instead of, but in addition to, that wouldn't in any way, negate what that's doing, but that could give you some support? And, even if you're not just focusing on your physical symptoms, I'm sure emotionally, I heard you say you feel like you're dying. That's a lot to carry. Would you be open to something that could lighten that load for you?
Are you telling me that this Band-Aid could lighten that load? How could that even happen?
I know it sounds, in fact, my good friend Andy always says it sounds like science fiction, but it's science fact. And really, it's all about light. And light has been healing people for centuries. I mean, since the time of the cavemen, people have been turning to light. And that's what David, our founder, found to help the Navy SEALs stay awake in a submarine for up to 60 hours without taking any medications or caffeine. And that was what he was called to do. And what he did is he turned his attention to nature, and he saw that. Are you aware of the fact that when the sun hits our skin, it helps us activate vitamin D in our bodies?
Yeah.
But it's not sending us pills of vitamin D.
No.
And that sounds pretty mysterious, huh? But we all kind of accept it, that it's a fact. And
so this is a form of light.
yeah, it's like light therapy. And it's basically David figured out to how to harness that same power of the sun, activating vitamin D in our bodies. But he's used a patch to help us, and it sounds strange, but it's reflecting the light that radiates off of our bodies back in and sending a message to our bodies to do something that our bodies already know how to do. So it's not giving anything foreign to our bodies that could cause a problem, like what medications can do, because it's something foreign. But this is actually just supporting our bodies to heal themselves, because the body really knows how to do it. It just has to be given the tools.
Well, you sent me to startx39now.com last a couple days ago, and I did look at it, and it does look like light, and it's something about stem cells, but I don't really know. Maybe I'm not very smart on all this and I should understand more, but I don't really understand this thing called stem cells. Like, I don't understand why I'm supposed to I don't understand what they even really are, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. And we all start where we're at. And the beauty of this is all you really have to do is put it on and feel what happens.
Mhm.
However, the more you want to understand, there's so much that you can learn from just going to that site and listening to the videos.
Okay.
And and then once you do that, why don't you keep a pad of paper, and any questions that you have, I'd
Mhm.
be happy to go over with you.
Mhm.
And then as detailed as you want to get, there's patents on these products.
Mhm.
There's research on the products. So, very discriminating medical doctors believe in these. I'm actually
Wow.
married to one who's looked at all the research and believes in it
Seriously?
from a scientific perspective. So I'm not really asking you to take a leap of faith. But the nice thing is that, when you go and put your food in the refrigerator, do you understand how the refrigerator keeps your food cold?
I do.
You do? You understand the Freon and how that all works?
No, I mean, I just understand that I go in and my water's always cold.
Yeah, but how it happens, you don't really know, right? You just trust that it works. You see it work. And you can do that with the patches. You can just put the patches on and feel the benefits, and you can learn all about it if you want to. But don't I suggest not delaying, and just there's nothing you have to lose, because there is nothing negative that can happen. The only thing that can happen is you can be open to getting support mentally, physically, and spiritually for yourself. And that's what I want for you if you're open to it.
Yeah, I am. So I'm looking at that now site, and with your permission, I guess what I want to do is watch. There's this video by David Schmidt that explains it for me. I'm going to watch that, and then
Mhm.
can we, it's Monday. Can we talk tomorrow after I watch it? I just want to be a little more educated. And then
Sure.
do you have any can you just send me like I don't know, like a text on like is it expensive, like the pricing, so I can kind of look at that?
No, it's very affordable. And that's the other beauty of this, is that it's really only about $4 a day.
Oh,
So yeah, and I can show you how to get the wholesale price when you buy
yeah,
it, which is what I buy it for.
yeah.
And many people spend more than that on a latte. And I also have been able to cut out a lot of the supplements, the nutritional supplements I used to take, because I'm getting the same support for my body now with the patches.
Oh, okay. God, that's
So,
very,
so I'm
I
saving
was
money.
thinking it was gonna be like, they talk about these stem cell injections like being $5,000, $10,000. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna charge me forever. But are you kidding me? It's only like it's not that expensive.
That's all it is.
Okay.
And it's literally a support for you every day of your life, and you're in control. You buy them, you put them on, you don't have to go out and get an injection and go to a doctor or another doctor. And it's doing the same thing. And the best part is it's your body's own stem cells instead of a foreign stem cell coming into your body from a donor.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just get some right now and then watch the video and put them on. Well,
That's a great idea. I'm
what is
so
it? What do
happy
you,
that you want to support yourself that way.
I
I'm
think so.
really happy.
What the hey? I mean, I don't know. What are you just it's not going to cost me. I don't, what, 100, 300? Like what, what's going on my credit card, girl?
And then, there's a money back guarantee. So you don't have nothing to worry about. There's no risk at all. I don't know anyone to
Good.
return them, but if you ever want to, that's an option. So
I
there's
have
really nothing
30
to worry
days.
about.
All
30
right.
days.
All right.
And it,
Just what are you gonna just go ahead? So, do you need my address and credit card? What once again, what's it costing me?
well, the best way to do it is to get a wholesale account set up.
Okay.
And rather than getting one, if you buy three, you can get then you save on shipping, and then you come in where you're not paying any initiation, any setup fees. So that's the most popular way to get started, if you could buy three of them at once, and then you'll have them for 3 months, and you
Okay.
won't have to order again.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. I'll do the 290. I get a 30-day money back guarantee.
Yes, on everything. Yep.
I was looking at the Now site and I saw that. I mean, this is crazy, but I saw there's a patch too for like increasing like glutathione. Like, that's an issue that I have detoxing. Can I get one of those too?
Well, yeah, the nice thing is that when you can customize the pack. So for every so if you buy the silver pack, which is 3 X39s, for every X39, you can get 2 of the other ones if you want to trade. And so the X39 is by far the one that you absolutely, I call it the non-negotiable one. That's the one that
Okay.
you need every single day, no matter what.
Mhm.
But because of your situation, and a lot of people always, decide they want extra support even beyond the X39. You can supplement that with the glutathione, which I would recommend for your situation.
Okay.
And so we could get you 2 glutathiones instead of 1 X39. How would that be?
Yeah, I like that. I'll do 2 X39s and 2 glutathiones, but I want to give one to my husband. So I think I'll need, so he'll use one and I'll use one, and the 2 glutathiones I'm gonna just put away. But should I go on? I guess I'd like to do that, and then maybe just an X39 the following month, just for me. Is that
Well,
okay?
yeah. So the best thing to do so you don't run out, because
Yeah.
you'll see the work and you won't want to be without them. And that way it won't be a hassle. We can set you up to get one a month automatically. And that way they will be appearing before you run out. How would that be?
Okay, that would be great. So for $2.99, I get 2 X39s, one for me, one for my husband, 2 glutathiones. I'm not sharing glutathione with him. I'm gonna keep those. I shouldn't even be
I
telling.
won't say a word.
And then I'm gonna get an X39 just for me the following month, because I don't know if he's gonna. I'm just giving him one sleeve as a gift to see if he likes it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a great idea.
It's all about me. Oh, I didn't just say that, did I? Okay, and my address is, and my credit card is, Juliana, thank you for calling and listening to me and spending time with me, because I've been under a lot of stress. So I appreciate you, like, just spending time with me. That's all.
Oh, Marci, it's been really fun for me, and I'm so glad we had this time together. And this is just the beginning. I'm going to be here with you as you go through this journey, and I'm so excited to see what happens.
This is a crazy question. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Um, so ever since cancer, I quit doing business, but I miss it a little bit. I know that you've always, you were in Beamer and you've done a lot of different businesses and stuff. Is this a business too?
It is, and I was going to bring that up, but I was actually going to wait until you got your patches and saw how wonderful they are. But this is such an amazing business, and it's the most heart-centered, generative business that I've ever been a part of. And I know I've been a part of a lot of businesses,
Yeah.
because it's every time I tell someone, I share with them about this technology, I know I'm giving them a gift, and they may or may not accept the gift. But that's how it feels when I go out and talk to people. And just like I'm talking to you, it's just a joy. And because these patches do what they're supposed to do, what we say they do, people keep ordering. And then they tell people, even people who aren't business minded, tell people by mistake, because they care about people and they want their friends and loved ones to have them. And before you know it, that your team, I know you've been involved in these businesses before, will just grow and grow and grow. And there's something about the light and the type of people that this product attracts. And we have such a community of warm, kind, loving people that it doesn't feel like work to me at all. And it goes with my life. I always feel like I'm 100% in integrity when I'm sharing about this product.
Wow. Well, I'm definitely excited to use the product, and I haven't wanted to build a list for years. I didn't even think it was in me anymore, but maybe it is. So I don't know. I haven't been excited in a long time. So we'll see.
Well, you're all set up now that we're going to get you on the silver pack. That's the beauty of this. There's no sign up fee. I mean, by buying this pack, you're in, and I can work with you on your list, and we can start calling people together, and I'll introduce you to our leaders, and we'll get on the calls, and you're just going to love it. And it's going to, I'm sure, brighten your life
Man,
even more.
you're making me want to cry right now. And I haven't had someone support me in my health and business for years. So thank you for reaching out and calling. I didn't know people still remembered that I was here. So I am so thankful that you called me. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Marci, for being there. And I'm looking forward to our wonderful journey together.
Me too. Okay, well, I'll call you when they come in. Okay. Oh, and I probably need to call you to know how to wear them and stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'll let you, I'll just text you when they come in and you can help.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I'll help you. I'll be right there for you. Okay.
Julianna, thank you so much for calling. Thanks.
Mhm.
Have a great day. Bye.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Look at how good she is loving on me.
Well, everything I said was true. It's just being there for people and listening. And, because I was able to really care about where you were and how you looked at things, that's what softened you, right? And
Yeah,
it's
you
fun.
softened me. Yeah. You
Mhm,
leaned in to me and you listened to my needs. And
mhm.
sometimes I think being the hero versus the guide, we're so busy in listening to ourselves that we forget to listen to the person. And I don't know about you, Juliana, but every time I talk to people, I have my book and I write down what they're saying or a piece of paper. It allows me to listen. It by writing what they're saying, I listen. And it helps me a lot to stay as the guide, not as, I love that word, the guide, not the hero. So Juliana, I understand now, and you gave us a great example on how to lean into the objection and how to soften, diffuse. You softened a very prickly objection. What's another lesson you learned in the book you could share with us?
Oh, let's see. I've got highlights all here. I don't have anything right now top of mind. It's all like boundaries. That's one.
Let's hear about
That
that.
generosity is associated with higher incomes, better grades, higher productivity, and more frequent promotions. A crucial difference between givers at the top of the ladder of success and givers at the bottom is how they handle boundaries. Instead of trying to help all the people all the time with all the requests, successful givers reserve their generosity for givers and matchers. They block out time to get their work done, and they help in ways that energize them and make a unique contribution. But the people pleasing habit can lead to chronic scarcity.
Wow.
So I find that people who are those people pleasers and chronic givers can be easily attracted to this business, and they can be so uh, consumed with the problems and the pain of other people and wanting to be the helper and the savior that they don't take care of themselves, and maybe they don't keep their books, they're not organized, they don't keep their lists, and they're just running around helping, and in the end they're burnt out and unorganized and not as effective as they could be if they shored up their energy and made sure that they had self-nurturing as their priority before. Because if you don't put the oxygen mask on yourself, you're not going to be able to help anyone else, as we all know.
So explain that. I get the piece on the chronic giving and the people pleasing and the burnout because of not self nurturing. But you said something really interesting on there's generosity can build big business if it's done right. And what was it I heard? Boundaries, blocks of time. Can you say the right way to be generous? I think I heard you touch on that. What were those again?
Well, it's just that you need time for self, and you need time for your business, and you need time for your family, and you need time for fun. And if you don't have all of those ingredients in your life, you're not going to be effective, and people won't want to follow you.
But
And
you
when they,
said in order to do that, you gave some ideas
oh,
with
boundaries.
like boundaries, block out time for something, only match gifts to maybe people who are worthy or who are working. I miss those nuggets. I was taking notes, but not fast enough.
Well, I'll tell you what she says in the book. She says, crucial difference between givers at the top of the ladder of success and givers at the bottom is how they handle boundaries.
Uh-huh.
Instead of trying to help all the people all the time with all the requests, successful givers reserve their generosity for givers and matchers, she says. They block out time to get their work done, and they help in ways that energize them and make a unique contribution. Because that's the thing, is that every single person on the planet could use the patches, but there's certain people we're going to be attracted to and we're going to get fed by being around, and other types that we're not. And so we can all serve a different group of people because we're being authentic about who we are. And those are the kind of people then that are going to be attracted to us.
I love that. Givers at the top versus givers at the bottom set boundaries. They give to people that match. They block time out to get their work done, and they do work that energizes them and creates a unique contribution. So maybe some things I ask myself, am I blocking my time out correctly? I'm just saying for myself, maybe you guys want to think that too. Am I gifting to matchers, right? I'm asking myself, am I doing things that make me happy in building the business, that energize me? And are they providing a unique contribution? I mean, I think those are all really good things to ponder, Julianna.
And are you nurturing yourself? What's your routine for self nurturing? Do you have one?
For me personally, I do. Most people don't know that because I work a lot, but I do block my work time. The office has allowed me to block my work time really Mondays through Thursdays now. I work, and I really have Friday, Saturday, and Sundays Fridays off, Sundays off, Saturdays just a little bit with our training. And for me personally, the two things I'm doing to nurture myself is I do wheatgrass colonics because I love to hold wheatgrass. But I think I like my colon therapist so much. Like, I love our time together. Like, it's social. I know it's weird, but I love her. Like, we get along. And so I go more for social now. I don't know if I can admit that. And then after I broke my wrist, I found Dawn, my massage therapist. I go twice a week to her, and I love that touch. So I guess the answer is, yeah, I've gotten much better. But at the same time, building the biz site, honestly, for me, and the Now site, and also some of you don't know this, but I've been working with Michelle to create influencer sites. This is new stuff. I know I'm going to share that on Saturday with everybody if they want them. But this is, and thank you, Juliana, because we would have never met Michelle if it wasn't for you. And I think it was it Sandra that brought it to you? So Sandra. So was it you, Sandra Pondo?
No, Sandra Burnett.
Sandra Burnett, right? Okay, so
although I use her too, I think she's fabulous.
And it's all because of your team, Juliana and Sandra Burnett. So, is it Burnett or Barnett?
Burnett.
Burnett, thank you. And so for me personally, that's the back. I mean, of course we do all our calls, but there's this backbone work that energizes me. I like doing it. So anyway, I was just thinking to myself, like, I think I'm more balanced than I've ever been in this business, which is interesting.
No, that's great. I find starting my day too with a routine before I pick up my phone or my computer is so important. It just sets my tone for the day.
How do you start your day with meditation?
I do. I meditate and I listen to different binaural beats. I'm really attuned to sound. So I get a lot from that. And then I also tone. like where my voice comes through, because when there's a book that I like called The Humming Effect, but I don't think I'm a good singer, and I wish I were, because I'd like to come back in my next life as Aretha Franklin, because I have that energy in me. I love to dance. I love music, but when I open my mouth, I'm like, ah, so, but I can hum. And so I actually get my voice activated every morning, because that just works for me. But there's so many ways of being, because really all meditation is just time to be quiet, to quiet your mind, and just to go in and to listen to spirit. That's the way I think about it. Because if I'm going, doing, I mean, my angels are up here all the time saying, "Hey, we got something for you, honey." But I can't receive it unless I quiet and listen. So
Well,
that's my morning time. But, meditation is like a word that I think so many people say, "Oh gosh, she meditates, she's over here and I don't." But it's not, there's nothing mysterious about it. It's just having some quiet time. And it's so nourishing, because I have my favorite chair. I sit up in this room upstairs where the sun comes in every morning. It's facing south and it's warm, because in Santa Fe where I am, it's starting to get cold. So it's a warm room. And I look out over my horses, and I just set it up that way to feel like I'm excited about going in there every morning. And then I do, stretches, and sometimes I get on the bike depending on how much time I have. And then I take my dogs for a walk and I get outside. And after that, I start my day. But if I don't do those things, and believe me, I'm not perfect. There are days where I just like, oh my gosh, I wake up, I gotta hurry, I've got to be here, but those days the whole day isn't as balanced for me.
It's funny, Juliana. I set up my office in that same way. I talk to, I have some angels in the background, and I have my doves, and this is my space here, but I set up by my window, this is funny, a lazy boy chair with a sheet on it, which is comfortable. And where I do most of my third-party validation calls, or where I just talk to people who need me, I go sit on my chair for my talks. And I love being there, on the, when I'm not on Zooms, and I'm doing phone work. I love my chair. I have a special chair too, is what I'm trying to tell you. Where are you? I've lost you. Oh, there you are. So I get you. I'm trying to be more like you.
Well, but it's all about, the little girl in you, or the little boy is still in you. And it's like asking that part of you, what do you want? What would feel good to you? And if you just, your adult self, if you ask that little part and then do what that little part wants, do what makes that little part feel good. Because it's like that little part might want to play, that little part might want to have a bath, a bubble bath. Your whole being will be more radiant. So often, and especially when times get stressful, we just go on overdrive of have to, instead of want to and get to. And taking that time out for yourself, no matter how much there is to do, will make everything you do that day that much more impactful.
I love that. Move from I have to I want to, and set up your
And
life.
I get to.
And I get to. Thank you, Juliana. So it is 10:53. This was a special call. I did not know that this would be our power hour, but what a great power hour it was. Thank you, Juliana, for inviting me to your call right before, which got us all thinking about how to be influencers. And really that is to listen, to understand, to love, to lean into versus having to be right. I think those are some big lessons that I just learned today. So with that, if you want more of this, Juliana's doing Saturday training with Peter and I. So there'll be more good stuff on Saturday. So this was just a little, what was it?
Preview.
A little preview nugget. So
Mhm.
with that, we're going to end this call because the office opens at 11 o'clock Pacific, but I need to do something for 5 minutes with someone on Zoom before. So we're going to shut this call down, and then we'll come back on it to work for whoever wants to work in the office from 11 to 12. So we'll be back on the call in about 6 minutes. So with that, we're going to go ahead and stop the recording, and